On this one, I'll be talking to all the parents. So, because I went to my daughter's school this morning, what I experienced firsthand, that's what inspired me to come up with this video. So, I went to drop off a lunch box because apparently she forgot to go to school with her lunch. She plays a lot. So, what I witnessed, I saw a parent going over the top with the teacher. This lady was over the top. I don't know for whatever reason, but what I figured was that there was something that happened in the classroom between the teacher and this woman's child. And the child went home and maybe transmitted a message to the parent how it happened or exaggeratedly. And somehow the parent is so, into the situation. So she came to school. She was asked to see the teacher, the daughter's teacher, and then she went to her, and then I was just there for the launch thingy, so I couldn't record, guys. She was on top of her voice, screaming. I don't know if she had a previous thing that was bothering her, or she was so much into the situation that she could not really try to filter her thoughts or in such a way that she can control which words to, alter out. And I realized that the classroom teacher was trying to be like, it's something that we can handle. It's not that serious. This woman was on top of her voice. She was like, you know how much I struggle to have a child? She was just everywhere. And in my head, I said, okay, I'm going to talk about this. So guys, if you're a parent, the reason why I just narrated that part of the story, I don't care who was right or who was wrong. Most of the times kids will come back home telling you things. I mean, it's human nature. Most of the times you want to narrate what would make people feel that you are a victim. Most of the time, and kids will do this all the time. They victimize people all the time. They may not come to the house and tell you the actual story. And even if the kid came and told you what actually happened, and according to your own interpretation, the teacher was wrong, which you might be right, the teacher was wrong, because your child spends most of their day with this person, my dear, you have to be very tactful. You have to be very smart how you go about this kind of situations. You can't just go flying all over the place with your anger on someone who is there always for your child. You know what I mean? So what I think people should do in situations like this, sit back and try to scrutinize, see how serious it was. If you must take it to school, then do it. Look for other strategies, how you can approach a situation like that without creating a scene. Most situations could be resolved without necessarily introducing the violence or start using crazy words. And I saw how, some people are just Debbie Dabbys out there, and they're just waiting for the right moment for them to strike. As a parent, when you fight with your child's teacher, you have no idea who suffers. Your child. If you're going to do this, make sure you're taking that child out of the school. And in this part of the world, they'll document everything. You come and fight at school, they'll document on this day, the parent came to school, there was a thing that happened, it wasn't that serious. They always put it in the teacher's favor. It wasn't that serious, but the mother took it like this. The mom came to school screaming. It's going to be in the child's record, by the way. And like I said, your child will be the one to suffer, just because something that you may or you could have handled differently or managed it differently to have avoided all this confrontation. You failed to without even looking, and now the consequences are quite heavy. And they may not be, not everything that you can really explain can be very feasible. Some of these consequences, they might treat your child in a way that the child will just realize that the atmosphere is not good anymore. But the child will not be able to even explain to you why they are feeling that way. The energy will just change. A teacher may just ignore your child in class. 10 people will raise their hands to answer questions. They'll pick other people, they'll hardly pick your child. Maybe after the child does that like 5 or 6 or 7 times, then they pick her the 7th time. And even when the child gives a good answer in class, the teacher will be like, yeah, okay. They're not denying your answer, but they are not saying in such a way that you would feel like I did something. So there's so many ways a teacher might get your child to pay back for your actions. So in so doing, and having said what I said, I would say this. Parents, be very, very smart on how you intervene in issues that has to do with your child or between your child. Normally out there between your child and any other person, we have to be very conscious of how we get into, let alone your child's teacher. Your teacher is not a god of your child, no. But how you intervene matters a lot. How you intervene, I've told you, your child is the one to suffer. So what I saw today, the teacher may go all apologetic, I'm sorry, and this. I mean, they will not be fighting with the parent. Of course, that's not what the policy says. They will not be fighting with you. They will be like, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, and then they apologize, and then now you feel like you won. You're not winning over your child's teacher. You cooperate with your child's teacher to give your child the proper value that they deserve. Parents, if you hear me, watch it. If your child comes and gives you a complaint, before you go meet the teacher, make sure it's worth it and look for softer ways to approach these kind of issues. It's very, very vital. So I will go for now. Nanga Charlotte Ija, Edmonton.